Hi, this is Vicki Fairchild. I think, like most people who get into the field of special education, I had a romanticized view as to what my job would actually be. I pictured a school psychologist going into classrooms, talking with parents, giving kids high fives. I didn't quite know that the majority of my job would be testing, writing reports, and giving diagnoses. And while that was covered heavily in graduate school, I was surprised when really that was most of what I did. And I was surprised also that they didn't spend more time in my program teaching us how to give the diagnosis. They talked a lot about learning disabilities, and those were pretty standard. But the first time I had to give the diagnosis of mental retardation, thankfully that label has changed. The first time I had to give that, I had no idea what to do. I remember feeling sick. I remember not sleeping. And I remember doing a horrible job. And I was a little upset because no one had taught me how to deliver the bad news to parents. And here these parents walked into this big, huge meeting unsuspecting, and they were leaving angry, hostile, and it just felt wrong. I didn't picture it this way. I didn't picture my job as something that would hurt people, and that's what it felt like I did. And so I did a lot of thinking and a lot of self-reflection on what could I do to do it better? What could I do to deliver the news in a way that was more kind? It was hard. I really didn't want to ever hurt parents the way I had obviously hurt this family. So I thought a lot about the parent. I thought a lot about what it was like to have a child. I thought about when they brought the baby home. I thought about the baby shower. I thought about everything with this beautiful little girl. And I thought about our meeting, and I thought about how it was structured, and I thought about how it was so cold and impersonal and full of statistics and labels and deficits, and it just felt wrong. And then it hit me that we had given this label to this child, to these parents, with an audience there. Not only did they have to process all of this technical information, but they were doing it at a conference table with 10 other people staring at them. And they were trying to keep themselves, in check. They were trying to not get emotional. They were trying to really, really stay in the meeting, but their hearts were breaking. And I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I cannot change the label. I cannot change the results. I don't know how to do this better. I don't know how to do this differently. And that's when I decided the only thing I could do to change anything about this system was how I told the parents. And I decided I would never, ever tell a parent the initial diagnosis with people staring at them. So every time since that time, when I got test results that I knew were going to be painful, I would call the parents, I would clear my schedule, and I would invite them to a meeting just with me. Sometimes I even went to their homes. Sometimes I've had meetings at 6:30 in the morning, because I just realized the only thing I could do to make this process, the IEP process, a little more human was to give the parents the dignity of hearing the news in a private, safe space.